Okay, we're going to be doing multi-step measurement problems. This is adapted from Go Math lesson 10.4. So we're going to be using all of the capacity, weight, and length conversions and doing multi-step word problems. Okay, the learning target is I can convert different size measurement units in the U.S. customary system. And then target practice, I can convert different size measurement units in multi-step word problems. So same as last time, I'm going to kind of skip through the vocabulary. I actually don't think there's a lot of vocabulary in this PowerPoint, a lot of just kind of remembering how to use cubes and how you can use cubes without having to, write on the PowerPoint and take notes that way. So we know how to convert. This is something that I talked about last time, so please reference my last video. Here is the conversions reference slide. I have 2 slides on this PowerPoint that will help you with conversions. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about, so please open up your notebooks and we're going to go through the cubes reading strategy. I need you to copy down this table for me. So go ahead and pause here and I'll give you time to copy down the table. Okay, so if you unpaused it, I need you to write down cubes at the very top, and then I want you to write down 1, 2, 3, 4, the five rows to the left, and have circle, underline, box, eliminate, evaluate, and solve. So underneath it is what we're circling, what we're underlining. So the circle, we circle the numbers in the problem. We underline the question that is being asked. We box the key math words. We eliminate and evaluate any unnecessary information and evaluate the steps needed to solve. And then we solve to find the answer. And that also includes double checking your work. Okay, so here's some key words, key math words in reference slide. If you have some issues, please come back to the slide. I don't want you to copy this down, but you should probably have it up while you're doing your homework for today. So addition words, subtraction words, multiplication words, and division words. The hardest part about understanding the problem and what it's asking is sometimes multiplication words can be division words. For instance, and we're going to run into this today, is that it says each group, and then for multiplication, and it's right here, each group, and then for division words, it says each group has equal sharing, and that sharing is the most important part. So now, not every word problem is going to have the exact same words. What's most important about reading word problems is understanding what it's asking as the end result, if that makes sense. And you have to picture it in your mind. And I think that cubes helps you kind of organize your work, but then you have to really work hard in understanding what the problem's asking you to do, and then what kind of answer is it wanting in the end. All right, so here is our word problem. A leaky faucet in Jared's house drips 2 cups of water each day. After 2 weeks of dripping, the faucet is fixed. If it dripped the same amount each day, how many quarts of water dripped from Jared's leaky faucet in 2 weeks? Now, I'm going to turn the page. I already have it kind of circled and stuff. Here's a good example of what you should be writing down. So for the C, for circle, you're going to circle 2 cups in 2 weeks. And then you're going to underline the question. How many quarts of water dripped from Jared's leaky faucet in 2 weeks? Now, that each day, so if it dripped the same amount each day, okay, how many quarts did it drip from leakies in 2 weeks? Okay, that each day is telling us to multiply because it's telling us to find out how much water dripped in 2 weeks. And we do that by one, knowing how much it was in one day, right? 2 cups, and then we're finding for 2 weeks where our end result's going to be a lot higher than 2 cups, right? We start with 2 cups, we're multiplying to get a total in 2 weeks. So our first step, okay, there's nothing to eliminate here. There's no like distracting like details that aren't going to help us solve the problem. So there's nothing to eliminate. But 1, find the amount of water dripped in 2 weeks. Sorry, I said a week. In 2 weeks in cups. Okay? And we're starting with cups. And then now they want us to find how many quarts. So step 2 would convert the amount of cups into quarts. All right, so I'm going to solve on the next slide. So I would pause here if you need to write all this down. Okay, so we're going to continue. Step 1, we're going to find the amount of water that dripped in 2 weeks. So cups each day was 2. Okay, 2 cups dripped each day. Days in the week, in 2 weeks is 14. So we know there's a total of 28 cups. Okay, that was step 1. We found the amount of water dripped in 2 weeks in cups. Step 2, we need to convert cups into quarts. So we start with cups. So we start basically here. All right. And we know that there's 2 cups in 1 pint. Okay. Now we're going from cups to quarts. We're going to be dividing. Okay. Smaller to larger unit. We're going to be dividing. And what we're going to be dividing is 2. We need to find the amount of pints. And we know that there's 2 cups in 1 pint. So we divide by 2. So there's 14 pints. 28 cups equals 14 pints. Now we take that 14 pints right here. Okay, we know, and we're going to try to convert it into quarts. So we know there's 2 pints in 1 quart. So we're going to take that 14 and divide it by 7. Sorry, 14 divided by 2 to get 7 quarts. Okay, 7 quarts. And that's the answer to the problem. So we go here. How Jared's leaky faucet dripped 7 quarts of water in 2 weeks. Hope that helped you guys. So you can take a music break, listen to your favorite song to help you remember length, capacity, and weight for the following multi-step problems. What's nice is that you already kind of know how many, cups are in a pint or cups are in a quart and stuff like that. But you can always use your reference sheet. These songs are just meant to help you. So there's 3 songs. Go through them at your own time. But we are going to kind of move on to another problem. So a carton of large grade A eggs weighs about 1.5 pounds. If a carton holds a dozen eggs, how many ounces does each egg weigh? Now, start with C. We circle 1.5 pounds, and we know that a dozen equals 12. The question that we're underlining is how many ounces does each egg weigh? And then we're going to box each. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. We boxed each in that last problem, and then we're boxing each in this, but they mean different things. Okay, so if a carton holds a dozen eggs, how many ounces does each egg weigh in that carton? Each egg weigh, meaning how much does one egg weigh, right? So we're going from a dozen to one, we're going to be dividing, okay? We're going to be dividing, and that's hard, in general to try to figure out, but you have to kind of imagine it in your head. At least that's what helps me. Okay, there's nothing really to eliminate here. So our first step is we're going to convert the pounds into ounces. We're going to convert 1.5 pounds into ounces. And then we're going to take the total amount of ounces of a large grade 8 eggs, a carton of that, and divide it by 12 because we're going to try to find out what one egg weighs, right? That's why we divide it by 12. And then my work is on the next slide. Okay, again, each group has equal sharing. We're now sharing the total amount of ounces that we'll find for this carton. So just to make sure that you understand that. All right, first we're going to convert pounds into ounces. We know that there are 16 ounces to 1 pound. So we're going to take the total pounds, which is 1.5. We're going to multiply. Okay, we're going from pounds to ounces, larger unit to smaller units. So we're going to multiply it by 16 because there's 16 ounces in 1 pound, 16 ounces in 1 pound. And we're going to get 24. We're going to get 24 ounces. Now, we're going to take those 24 ounces, okay, for step 2. We're going to divide it by 12 to find out the weight of one egg. 24 divided by 12 eggs. And then we get 2 ounces per egg. 2 ounces per egg. I hope you guys understand that. Right, here's 2 word problems for you to work on. Make sure that you understand when you're multiplying and when you're dividing, but also make sure that you are using the cube reading strategy to organize your thoughts and your thinking and the information given to you through the word problem. But conversion and reference sheets on the next slide. So if you need to use it, please use it.